There we go. All righty. Hello, folks. We're live. That's right. We're going to give this podcast another shot. D-Bag and I actually already... Is D-Bag a cuss word? I hope not.
It shouldn't be.
They demonetized my last video for cussing in the first 30 seconds. Yikes, I need to not do that. Someone got a clock going. Anyway, yes, we're back. We got D-Bag. Already filmed an entire podcast with him, and then my SD card just didn't have any of the footage on it, so that was also great. But now we've tested everything after like an hour and a half. We're a little behind schedule, but we're here.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. I also realized this where we are is not going to be the podcast place because my mom's got Airbnb people upstairs, and I guess there's just a big group here for a wedding, and they were stomping and making all sorts of noise. So we had to wait a while. Now we can try to give this a shot. But whenever I build my trampoline gym, I might just make like a little podcast thing there. Can they make that soundproof enough?
I'm sure you could. It probably can't be in like the big main part of it.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
If it was like upstairs and had a little window and then you could see everything going on, that'd be
Yeah.
kind of cool.
That'd be him.
And whenever I set this thing up again, I'm going to have it be like we're sitting across from each other and talking. Right now, this feels like we're hosts of some show.
Yeah, I know, because they're like looking over this way and then looking back.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's weird. We're pointed at the cameras, and we should be like this.
Yeah.
I think that's how most podcasts go. But with this setup, because this weird half-round table tucked into this corner, then my mic be covering me up, damn it. Oshmel. So yes. Hi, Dylan Mitchell.
Hi, Tanner Braungardt.
How have you been lately?
Good. How have you been?
I heard you're congested. I've been all right. Been good.
Yeah, my lungs are completely full of mucus right now, so feels
We
like
love-
someone's been punching me in the chest.
We love winter, and we just it's great. It's great.
Sucks.
Oh my God, did Quentin get his yearly sickness this year?
Yeah, so Quentin always gets it like right near his birthday, like every year,
Yeah.
and we went on that Colorado trip on his birthday, and he was sick the whole week before, and he like literally just made himself go, and then halfway through the trip he started feeling fine.
Every year, like around Quentin's birthday, early January, he gets terribly sick. One year I was snowboarding with him in California. I felt so bad, dude. We were having such a good time, and he was sick as a dog, and I had to sit in our little cabin the whole time. I felt bad, but yeah, I've been off and on sick, but I actually feel good now. I feel good. I feel great.
You'll probably catch what I have right now.
Yeah, great. Thank you for coming. The
You're welcome.
Awesome. So, for any of you that heard me say that I was opening a trampoline gym and you don't know what I'm talking about, I've talked about it a little bit on Snap and Insta Story. I've got building materials for a 60 by 100 building with 25-foot sidewalls, I think. So it's pretty fat, and we just got some land under contract like 2 minutes from here in between the town I grew up in, Augusta, Kansas, and where I'm living. Not going to disclose that. I'm sure you could fucking just follow me home there. It's been over 30 seconds. Perfect. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Building. And we got a super tramp that's supposed to be here by the end of January. It's already like the end of January, and they haven't told us when it's coming, but I assume that's going to be here soon. And yeah, the plan is to build the gym on like this 5 acres we have and open it to the public. I don't know how often that'll be. We're still like working out regulations and what all is required to do so, but hopefully we can have at least a couple open gyms a week, and it would just be sick if eventually that turned into flippers moving here.
That'd be
And
awesome.
there was just a community of freestyle flippers that want to just do what we want to do, and just hang out and fucking flip and jam to old flipper music. That's honestly my dream. I'm trying to make it come true. Hopefully this thing's going to be open by end of May is what we're hoping for right now.
That's awesome.
Yes.
How long's the building gonna take?
They said the building goes up really quick. We just have to wait till we can, and then it's sitting in the construction dudes who are going to build its warehouse right now.
Nice.
But yeah, I'm actually going to give you a free membership.
Really?
Yeah.
That might be too much, man.
I know.
I don't know.
I'm so nice to you. It's cool. It's whatever. So yeah, that's the excitement that's going to be brewing around here. I'm excited for my day-to-day to be changed up. I'll be managing a gym and learning just how to be a functional member of society instead of just kind of chilling and coasting off past Hanner.
I could feel that.
Shout out him. But what about D-Bag? What's in your future? You got anything besides coming and going upside down with me and joining in that culture?
No, I'm very excited for the gym to open up because at the end of at the beginning of last year we actually got back into flips, and whenever I like kind of stopped doing, like whenever I was flipping and then didn't do it for a day, like it would actually make me depressed. So I just kind of realized that flipping is definitely going to be an important part of my life. So I definitely want to keep doing that. But no, I just want to build myself a nice cushion because I want to become an actor someday. And I just think that'll be like, it's always been my dream job, and that's something I've always wanted to do. And being able to do some cool shit on the ground would be good on the resume for like action or whatever. You know what I mean?
You can do a freaking cork.
Exactly. They don't need to pay the stunt man or anything.
Nope.
But no,
There you go. I could see D-Bag on the big screen. He's gonna be towering over everyone. Aren't they all like midgets?
Yeah, I've heard they are, but
most actors. That's funny. But you've been getting shredded in the gym too, so he might be like the next Aquaman. We don't know. But
I'm trying.
That'd be sick if you ended up doing some acting shit. I could see it.
I really want to, because like, you remember in the old, especially in the I can't remember what the compilation of all of our F-ups were on YouTube, but
Bloopers?
Yeah, the bloopers or whatever, but you could always just tell I was like stuttering all the time, and I've just came to realization that whenever, like, especially with like rap songs, if I know the words, I will literally enunciate them and say them perfectly without it messing up. As long as they're not my words coming out of my head, like, something about memorizing something and being able to do that, it's just comfortable for me. Like, it makes more sense. So.
Dude, I understand. I feel like we were kind of acting whenever we filmed, like, those however many 100 videos over the last, like, few years. Like,
that's a lot of it.
Like, some of it was like we were acting, but we were playing the part of ourselves, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
No, I know. I know.
We turn on the camera in the car, and it would be like we were acting, but we weren't playing anybody. We were we were just kind of. That was like what it meant to be a vlogger.
Yeah, you're just kind of playing the fun, younger personality version of yourself, pretty much.
Yeah, that's like, your most energetic, your most like,
whoa, looking back.
No. What up, guys? Welcome back. Yeah, I can't do that anymore. Can't fucking do it. Can't be bothered. No.
That's why also I realized I wanted to do acting, because skits were always my favorite thing to film. Like, we hardly did them, and but every time we did, it was always like personally my favorite. Just remembering what to say, what to do, and then it was just so much easier for me to do it that way.
They're so funny to watch back still to this day. Like, I remember some of the like whether it was like the Mad Dad pranks that we did, or the dropping the Xboxes and stuff off the bridge. They're fucking funny. Yeah. Like, to us. They're kind of cringe, but that's also what kind of makes them funny.
Remember flipping problems?
Yeah.
That was my favorite one.
I can't say that word.
Yeah, no, we did some pretty...
Bro, I feel like we literally have interesting conversations all the fucking time. And then it feels like there's pressure to have a good conversation, which there is, because you don't want to post a shit one. But if there's that pressure, then it's like...
not authentic.
Yeah, then you're just sort of like dancing around until you actually are talking about something you want to talk about. But even that whole time, I feel like it's so hard to let go of half my brain being aware that I'm being watched.
Yeah, I don't.
Hard.
There's always going to be a part of me that's just like, I can't get fully 100%, like, act like there's no camera there.
Yeah,
there's always going to be a part of me that's going to notice.
When I'm watching back some old videos, it looks like that was the state we're in. Like, there was no awareness of the camera almost. And like the old ones, like 2015 and early 2016, maybe it was because there was no audience. Yeah. And it was just like, maybe because like my brother's Instagram is a good example of that. He has like so many bad pictures of himself and just goofy sort of like memorabilia on there that you would just not have on your Instagram. Most people would like archive it or delete it by now, but he leaves it all. And that's sort of what I think we just didn't think it was going to be seen. So it was
exactly
like that. And I miss that. I wish I could have it back.
I know that, like, it sounds dumb, but like literally one of the main reasons I actually kept like a private story in Snapchat is because I would just like I just post my normal stuff on there. I hardly ever post on my story because it like for some reason like even a little part of me whenever I'm about to put something on my story, I'm just like so then
Dude, I know.
I just do private because it just makes me feel like I'm just posting on
Same,
just
bro.
like
I'll,
5 years ago.
yeah, like before we had the option for a private Snapchat story, I would take a snap and I would put it on my public. But now I'll take a snap of something that I'm interested in or that I think is funny or cool, and I won't put it up there.
No, yeah,
just
me
for like
neither.
fear of social judgment or
Yeah.
some shit. Like I'll just be like, all right, private,
Mm-hmm.
you know. And I totally used to not do that, but it's like, I don't know. That's just how it feels on there. I
Yeah.
totally know what you mean. I
like-
always hesitate to post things, and most of the time won't, because I'm like, you know, there's literally, this is the thought, actually. It goes, well, if I post this story, I'm like updating people on a view of me that they have from like years ago.
Right.
But what I'm showing them right now isn't cooler or going to
Exactly.
put me up
Yep.
any better
That's how
on their
I-
mind. So I'm
exactly
like,
how I
well,
feel.
private story it is, even though that's like my reality right now. And, you know, life's not always supposed to be this and that. And like back then we tried to make our life look glamorous and
Right.
like we had just lots of stuff going on all the time, which we
Right.
definitely still had boring ass moments.
Oh, for sure. But
Weeks, months, years.
no, it's definitely way more comfortable. Like I feel like definitely with the people who still have a view on how we used to be, yeah, it's definitely way more comfortable to not have to post or kind of, you know, do all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah, it's weird. It's like, it goes along with this quote. I think it's from Alan Watts. He says that you can't be unself-conscious on purpose.
yeah,
And
impossible.
it's just true. Like you can't.
Impossible.
And being self-conscious kind of sucks because
Yeah.
the best moments in life are when you're not self-conscious and you're just involved in this moment and you're just absorbed in there and you forget that you're yourself. It's weird. Yeah, you get in that flow state and it's like, God, I wish I could just flick on flow state for the fucking podcast. The first 20 minutes are
Honestly.
ass, which are kind of the most crucial.
Honestly. No, I'd say social media has definitely.
Hey, Bucko, it's right here.
Oh. No, I'd say social media has definitely messed with my self kind of conscience and like confidence and
Dude.
stuff like that. It's so messed up because obviously
bad.
when we were super poppin' and you know most engagement rate blah 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 that
Most
crap, like
views.
that's definitely when like that was definitely a source of confidence for me, but it was definitely a fake, not healthy sort of confidence.
Yeah,
So whenever-
it wasn't you showing yourself. It was you doing whatever it took to stay there.
exactly.
That was me. Like that was the game we were playing, and that's what the game I think most, if not all, celebrities, social media people are playing, and they don't want to admit it. Like they don't want to admit that their day consists of getting ready for 3 hours to look good in their TikTok dance, and then they just go
Exactly.
eat and then sit with their friends and do whatever like normal shit. Like,
Exactly.
but the dedication is in the perception change, like having the social perception that your life is just unlike anyone else's, and like that's what keeps people coming back because they gotta like check out like, bro, this is so and so, don't you know? Like that
Yeah.
is celebrity culture.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But whenever you said social media changed like your like I don't know the way you view it or your health on it, I realize whenever like I open Instagram now, or whenever I used to, whenever I had like 2,000 followers and I posted a couple flipping videos and DM flippers on there and knew like no one, I would open it up, and Instagram was like an exciting tool where I could share these videos to friends and make flipper friends and stuff.
Exactly.
It was literally like a tool, but now when I like see Instagram loading up, it's like I emotionally like brace myself.
Yeah. Me too.
Because like I'm like, okay, I get to see, like I'm about to be just bombarded by all these images and stuff that I don't even know how true they are, and then I'm gonna go back to my profile, see my fucking followers dwindling because I'm not like,
Right.
you know, I'm not focused on keeping them up, and
Right.
yeah, it sucks because human nature is you want to feel good, you want to feel valued, like you're going up a hierarchy and stuff, and to
Right.
see, you know, yourself failing on
Yeah,
this
go down.
yeah,
It's
but it's just we just treat it way more than a tool now. We it's like a piece of ourselves, and I think the younger the kid, the more of their identity is wrapped up in like their Instagram and stuff, which is probably so bad.
yeah.
And we've talked about this on this podcast last time, but dude, it's such facts. It is.
Yeah, it's definitely not good. And obviously, when we were once at a point where you know, our Instagrams or whatever, we're going crazy, and then like when as soon as it starts to go down, and obviously it's been it steadily goes down. It's like an unhealthy, like it's just it's just kind of like that little voice in your head that tells you all the negative things, but it's like staring you in the face.
Dude, I had this mental thing where I just I had like this idea that always just was in the back of my head that 2018 was like a bad year. Like it was like the year that sort of was I don't know, the beginning of me being more depressed and stuff like this. And I just had this like bad idea of the year. I was like, yeah, that year just sucked. But I was going through Snap memories like yesterday, and I looked through 2018. I did so much shit.
Yeah.
We lived in Huntington for one.
Yeah.
I went to Vegas after. I mean, I just did a bunch. I hung out with a lot of friends and stuff. And the only reason I associate that year with being bad in my mind is because that's the year my YouTube views went from like 1.2 mil a video to like 700K. And I remember being so upset.
Oh,
and then I remember in Huntington Beach, and I would get like 500K, 600K a video, and I was just like mad because I didn't get a mil. And then like time passed, and then I would get like now 200K in 2019, and I was like, I miss when I get 700K, you know.
Yeah.
In my mind, I'd be sort of thinking those things, but it's so whack. I feel like YouTube used to be sort of like this free for all where, I don't know. I feel like now the content you're going to see is so chosen for you by an algorithm. It's not like you can just go on there and see whatever. You're going to see this very narrow slice that fits what the algorithm knows you're going to keep watching and click on. There's no real opportunity for you to discover new things or like new channels to become big and popular because if they're a new concept, like fucking trampoline, like I feel like if there was G-Trampers now, which there are, like it's so hard for them to get views on YouTube. There's this channel, shout out Radial Flips on YouTube. They have like less than 10K. These fuckers do insane flips. They've gone, one of them did 8 flips in one jump on a super tramp. That's ridiculous. It's a world record, and they can all do like quints and sextuple flips. They're insanely talented. They vlog like literally same quality of content that I made a few years ago, just with way better tricks. You know, I mean, I don't know how their personality matches up to mine, but you know what I'm saying? Like, it's so hard for them to be discovered because YouTube's algorithm or whoever is not going to be showing dangerous stunts like that, especially, and take the risk on the viewer not liking that new concept.
Yeah, like Jesse Jankelewski and Dom Lewis, they post like multiple times a week and they consistently do it, but obviously just like you said, YouTube's not gonna show any of that, so like they literally post and put up just as good content, and they have like barely anything on subscribers.
When I see Dom's channel, you know, he has like just normal thumbnails that are sort of like made memories of his life, and my thumbnails, to be successful, I still go with this with a different approach. You know, it's not just like a whatever thumbnail. Like half the time I spent making the video was on the damn thumbnail.
On the thumbnail, yeah.
And that's kind of sucks that that's the case. Because whenever people tell me they want to grow, I'm like, well, your focus just has to be on posting content that people are going to click on. And right now that's like cringe and outrage. That's like the two things. If you go on like TikTok, Twitter, Jesus, dude. Oh my God. If I see another dude posed up on a Lamborghini going, hate me, tell me how you hate me, tell me how I'm trash, girl, babadooba-baby. I can't say it. What the fuck is going on, dude? I'm like, what is the approach here? Is it like to trick someone stupid enough to think that you're actually like a baller or something? Or is it just like the attraction of the cringe where a normal person like me, just their mind's fucking blown as to what they just watched, have to watch it 3 more times? Is that's what's adding up these views? I mean, the system is messed up if that is what is going to rise. Oh my God. I have this one video of literally what I just said that I want to show you. I'll show you later.
I feel like people nowadays, like they're not interested in putting out stuff they care about filming or doing, and it's just about like, I'm gonna keep posting these crazy videos until one of them goes viral, and then I'll be viral. And it's like, people just want to be viral these days. I'm like, yeah, viral's cool, but like, imagine going viral on shit you actually want to post.
Yeah, imagine viral being a byproduct of your authentic content that you actually liked making, that wasn't completely designed for the masses and to attract as much attention
So
as possible.
stupid.
It's like
That's all
the
it's on
content
now.
just gets washed out with just idiocy, man.
Yeah, I feel like there's people who, if they would have started their, like, they have YouTube channels now that actually make decent content, like Dom and Jesse.
Mhm.
And if they would have started like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, it'd be way, like, they would have been much more successful. But now it's just
Yeah.
the only things that have millions of views are just the dumbest videos I've ever seen in my life. And it's just people doing, you can just tell when you're watching it, they're just, whatever insane thing they're doing, you can tell they're only doing it in hopes of going viral. They're not doing it because I want to make this funny
Well, they'll
video.
literally say, like, don't let this flop, or reposting this because it didn't do what it should have. And I'm like, can we all just, like, why is this everyone's mission? Why does everyone want to be famous? Like, literally all these kids want to be YouTubers. I couldn't fucking guess why. Like, wouldn't you want to have a meaningful life full of a community of people around you that you grew up with and that care about you authentically, and not go make a big TikTok, spend your time doing that, get into a Hollywood house, move in there with a bunch of friends, and repeat your fucking day and trick people into thinking it's fun? These are the most idolized people in our society.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, dude.
So bad.
It doesn't make sense. And, okay, I don't want to be too negative, so I will add this in. I was on Jordan Peterson's channel yesterday. In 2 months, this guy has 4.3 million views on a 2-hour lecture from a lecture that he gave in Australia. I think it was Melbourne. 2 hours of basically him telling you how to be a better person and live a better life, and just sort of philosophically diving into Western culture and stuff. And that just gave me, like, some hope, because I was like, damn, 4 million in 2 months? That's actually crazy. And considering he's, like, considered conservative, it's crazy that he's allowed to get views.
Yeah,
Because
that's actually, it's, oh my God, it's just, yeah, I think with any social media platform, it's pretty much just like they now control what you see, what you don't see, and just like what things are allowed to be viewed.
Yeah, I feel like it all goes through multiple eyes before you see it. It's not like you're not getting the raw, naked version of what the internet used to be. That's what I meant when I said that earlier. It's like, that's what I feel like. I feel like when I get on YouTube, I'm seeing the goddamn baby version or some shit.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's too many rules, and I get some of them, but I don't know. It sucks, and that's why my mom's told me that there's new platforms that, like, some celebrities or businessmen are working on to, like, make their own that don't have any censorship, don't have any of these things.
I've heard of something like that.
It's so hard to move that whenever there's already, like, billions of people on these mega platforms. But it's crazy that these mega platforms that we all use, these are just private companies. So these people get to make their own decisions, just like a ma and pa shop down the road doesn't want to let the gay kid in. Well, like, YouTube can do the same to people like white hicks. They think all of us are homophobic, so they want us, like, demote, shadow ban content.
Honestly.
I don't know. Like, there's just some bullshit like that. It all is whack.
No, I've heard some. It was, I think Gary Vee was talking about it. And then there was somebody else, one of his friends or whatever. They're talking about how, like, especially on Twitter and Instagram, like, if they see something, like, let me start over. They say that they follow, and the content they take in is from, like, everywhere. They don't just try to do, like, one kind of base idea of, like, they only follow this kind of people on Twitter.
Get different opinions.
Yeah, you need to be, like, people need to be, even if some people don't like it or it's canceled or whatever, you need to be exposed to everything to get a perception of everything. Because if you're...
cancel culture is ridiculous. It
so
sucks.
stupid.
It sucks. You basically know what that means, right? It means, like, if you experiment with a new idea that turns out to not be solid or good enough, you're excommunicated from society. You're ridiculed. You are... and there's no, like, time limit where these people are like, all right, come back, or, like, forgive you. It seems like there's a meditation on how bad you are and how you should. It's what we love to do. We're addicted to getting mad and to be outraged and to feel like, we're right and this person's wrong. We got to scapegoat people with our problems and with our anger in this life.
So annoying.
And it seems like the internet is that's the place to go. Yeah. Maybe I'm a negative bastard. I probably am, but I just have this, like,
it's true,
God,
though.
it's the energy and the mood I feel whenever I'm on there,
No, that's how I feel too.
And I feel like not enough people talk about it. I feel like I don't want to listen to a podcast where a guy's negative as hell the whole time, and but I watch this dude named Philion, and he talk shit on like these juicers, these fake natties, and TikTokers and all this stuff. And I love listening to it. It could be considered negative or toxic, but like,
it's the truth, and
dude,
you're not gonna hear it.
I know.
I
like hearing the fucking truth, whether or not it's negative. I like hearing the fucking truth. And whenever I'm having conversations with people in real life, I'm not worried about if it's a little friendship or this and that. I just tell them the fucking truth, and I know I'm not being filmed. And like, it's so ridiculous. I'll have great conversations with people, and then whenever a camera's on, it's like I have this scared instinct where I just like am being careful because I don't want to be canceled, bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to be canceled.
So annoying.
I don't want to be.
And you can tell
I want to say the wrong thing, even though I'm a 20-year-old jackass who's going to, especially if I film myself for hours. Like, good God.
No, I feel
you
like
can always find that.
I just feel like the people who are part of the cancel culture, like, it's like they go on the internet every day to find somebody else to cancel. It's like, this is what they, like, it's a part of their lives. Oh, yeah, it's a part of their lives, and just, it's so annoying because, like, you're right, people, like, one of the biggest, like, whenever I see videos or posts or something like that, and, like, say it'll be, like, a movie post, and the caption is something, like, it's so dumb and it's so inaccurate, and I'll, like, even myself would be like, oh, I gotta go comment, that's not correct. And then I go to the comments and people are getting mad, but then I see like this post has like hundreds of thousands of, views or likes or whatever. I'm like, people literally like eat up getting mad. Like they want to be mad. It's just, we need to cancel culture.
Can we do that?
Please.
Can we cancel culture? Give people second chances. Give like you're supposed to fail because that's what innovators do. If you just are always making sure that, you're never wrong and you're never, like, you have to take chances to find new ways of living and new ideas. Like, imagine if an engineer was scared of being ridiculed, so he never showed his epic invention, because we could cancel his dumb ass. Look at this dude. He wanted alternate current. What a fucking idiot. He's canceled, man. Fuck this guy. And then meanwhile, we missed out on all this could be great innovative technology because we're all scared to share what we think, share ideas. And that's like the true victim of cancel culture. It's the unheard idea. All right.
Dude, and most of the people who are part of this cancel culture, like, it's like they actually, like, people, like, whenever people hear about, cancel culture and stuff, it's like, these people aren't perfect. Like, they actually think they're perfect human beings, and, like, the one little tiny thing that this person did.
Like, how about you come into this limelight so I can inspect you same way?
Oh, yeah.
Come over here. Let me get this fucking magnifying glass up here.
Exactly.
Let me mow through your history because, bro, even the things, like, you think you could find some bad, like some dirt on people. Well, then you might as well magnify that because you got to consider all the things that they've probably done that you'll never know about. But everybody has those things.
Every single person.
And it's like these people that are on here canceling. They act like they don't. They act like they never took a shit in their life. They act like it doesn't smell. Like when I see a picture of Kylie Jenner and all these people slobbing over or whatever who on Instagram, I'm going to just think like, this lady probably looks like crap in the morning. And okay, now I'm really getting canceled. I called a woman look like crap. My point is, I remind myself how like human she is. I try not to see this like this version that we've created of people that literally only came around in the last decade, I'd say. Like people didn't used to look like that.
No.
And I am so attracted to people who don't. I'm attracted to girls who look real.
Real.
Like what is this? They all look the same. They all have the same makeup.
Yeah, it's
I'm really getting canceled now, but shit, I want to say it, okay? You all look the same.
They're made of plastic.
It's bad. Like, if I go on social media, bro, especially like, okay, I've gotten on Tinder in my life. Not too proud of it. We've all been on there, okay? We've all had some lonely nights. It wasn't recently. But you get on there, bro, and you see people with pictures that are filters or filters on top of makeup. And I'm like, I want to see you. If I can't see your face, I'm going to have to say no because I want to see the unique human individual right now. I don't want to see the conformed to the masses caked up person right here, okay? Please. That is my honest request. That's all I want.
Like, people, I mean, I'd say it goes both ways with girls and guys, but obviously it's more a problem with females. But like, they don't want someone who just is after them for their looks, but that's the only thing that they improve on, that they showcase. And it's just like, I mean, it's definitely, it goes both ways with male
The
and
only
females.
thing they improve on.
Well, I'm just saying that a lot of people spend way more of their time, everybody spends way more of their time definitely on their outer appearance more than, fixing what's, wrong or whatever.
Instead of meditating and trying to be less angry towards the people around you. Like, no.
It's like you got to work on, I mean, it's not bad to work on one or the other. You get to work on both. But, like, there's people complain about, people not caring about personality, but they don't work on it. So it's like, well.
Yeah. I hope I sound all right this whole thing. You were
I
inching
know.
a little back there.
I know. I kept doing it. I just need to move it right here.
I feel like I always... See, I don't want this podcast to just be a bitch cast where I'm always bringing up the same sorts of topics and sort of like venting, but that is what it's been for like these first two now. Maybe that'll change. I think, I want to try to be authentic above all. And so if I feel like that's what I feel like saying, and that's the mood that I feel like I've been living in, and the energy I've been surrounded by, then I want to talk about it. And I'm not going to just be another fucking cog in the machine who comes on here with a smile and a fucking agenda and, hey guys, swipe up, subscribe, Patreon, and the fucking dip-de-doo-dah. Like, bruh, no. No, we need... the only way to fix all this is to have just good, honest... We need to... Well, honestly, social media... God, I'm not making any sense right now. Okay. I think, like, if I was on social media less, which is my hopes with this gym, if I'm surrounded by people in real life and more of my interaction is in real life than on there, then I should be more fulfilled and I should feel like I'm actually a part of something and just less angry and resentful, because I just feel like it's such an unnatural way to live, and it's the way all of us young people live. We spend half of our time of the day on our phone, living our life through our phone, but that's just not how it's supposed to be lived. And so I feel like even if you're like us, majorly successful in that world, it doesn't matter, because like you'll still get off your phone from 30 minutes of scrolling or interacting that were all like empty interactions without eye contact and actually being there. It just feels like no matter if you're successful, you're not going to get nearly as much out of it as you would being involved in actual real life group of people. I mean, it seems like that'd be obvious, but that's not how we act at all. It's not how I act. I'm the one fucking saying it. Like, I still am going to get on my phone when I get it when I get done here. But, I am trying to change it. I am trying to have like the gym be a thing, and I've been using things less. It's hard because that shit's addicting. It is. It's hard to set it down.
No, it is. And I think one thing I try to shoot for, and I'm glad that we actually have a friend who is at a point where I want to get to in that area, is like, when it comes to Dom, like, he's definitely someone who's on social media and on it a lot, but like when you were saying you want that authentic like interaction with people, like that's Dom all the way. Like, he is always either meeting new people or just around people, interacting all day. So I feel like social media, I feel
like is super authentic. He'll have a good thumbnail on his Instagram, but it's not like it is all sort of like a captured moment from his day. He doesn't arrange his day around getting a captured moment. Like,
right, exactly. Yeah, no.
And Dom Dom just has like an infinite number of fucking friends. And I'd say he uses his Instagram as a tool to facilitate like a better actual real life.
Yeah, I think
we don't do that because then we wouldn't get as many views.
Yeah, I think that the way he does social media is something I want to get to, and then also being that interactive with people and just getting to know people on a daily basis. Like,
I mean, he's got like a decade on us age-wise. Well, like 7 years on you and 8 on me. He's been around a long time. But whenever I'm watching Dom in social interactions, or just for example, we were at Santa Monica Beach, and this dude actually came up to me first, and his name was John, I think. What's up, John? I hope or maybe it was Jonah. Fuck, I don't know. I feel bad now. I could ask Dom because he got his goddamn Instagram and was talking to him. And he was a cool dude, like 20. He was like somewhat into flips, and he was here with his like other friend around his age. They both like moved here, and they were just hanging out, and so they were really cool. And we were talking to him, and I was trying to be conscious of it in that moment to be more like Dom, to sort of relinquish my judgment, because he came up to me, and usually if someone comes up to me, I'm like, all right, great. They already like have this thing. They know me from social media, and this is already going to be like a non-authentic,
Awkward.
yeah, like they already they already know a bunch about me, but I don't know anything about them type of interaction.
Weird. It's weird.
But Dom's in that same boat, but he is a good example of making it work, because then I was like, oh yeah, Dom's here too, because he noticed him, and then Dom walks up into the conversation and it's just flowing like a goddamn river.
He
I'm
is
like,
the best at it.
wow. I think he's just been around. He's been living in actual real life.
And he travels a lot, so
Yeah, that
he definitely
too.
meets a lot of different people.
All that combined, he's like the social lubricant in any situation.
Yeah,
dude.
dude.
I love
He always
being
makes
around him.
things just like I've heard awkward things, like awkward kind of situations, like things said around him.
Yeah.
And the way he takes it, I'm like, dude, I would be over here like, and he goes head on with
Yeah.
it, and he's not like me. Like he's just a very authentic, nice guy.
He's also an integrated person though, because if someone's like doing some bullshit or he like sees something, like he'll actually call them out on it, and he'll be confrontational when he needs to be.
Yeah.
And that's like a trait that's been so hard for me to develop, because it's hard to develop it when you're not actually out and interacting very much. Like I've spent literally the last few years just doing sort of recluse things, flipping on my tramp, hanging out with, a very small group of friends. There's nothing too wrong with that, but like I stopped traveling, stopped really going to flipping meets and putting myself out there that way to have new experiences. I don't have any novelty, and that's, I think, like a problem. It's a problem.
No, I definitely see that in myself as well. And when you think about the confrontational kind of like, calling people out on stuff, that's so hard for me, because I try to avoid confrontation and at all times. So I just see someone do something and I'm like, I'll deal with it later.
Yeah.
Instead of telling them now, because like I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah. I heard this one thing that we like evolved to be like that, non-confrontational and stuff, because we used to live in small villages and be around family, so it like you were interdependent on them for your own survival. And now that we're in like bigger societies and stuff, it's still good obviously to have that nicer side, but you also need to be able to stand up for yourself and like be able to say no when the time comes, and be able to call people out and be confrontational, which is so hard to develop. Mine's underdeveloped.
Mine's so underdeveloped, because like I always think to myself, oh, it's because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, but also it's because I'm like genuinely scared to, because I just don't want any.
It's like you feel that emotion too. You're wrapped up in that. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable, and like you either can. I mean, I definitely I hope one day that I can actually just be like straightforward any situation, no matter what, and.
I'm sure it'll come, Dill.
Yeah.
It'll come. It's just going to take time. Yeah, Dom's like 28 now. So.
That's true.
We'll check back in with you guys in like 8 years. Cool.
7 years for me.
Yeah. Whenever I was on the way here, I was trying to think of what we were going to talk about. And I was like, oh, people probably want to hear us talk about like the old video days, because they literally have probably so many memories of us goofing off and just like, I don't know, obviously people want to see us post things, and I don't know, I just thought we should talk a little bit about like what it was like, talk more behind the scenes of what it was like being there, because they only have what we showed them of that time period a few years ago. I'm talking like 2016 through 2017, both those years especially. I think 2017 was the most crazy,
Yeah. It's I think halfway through 2016, like the second half of 2016 was like kind of like warming up. Like things were getting crazy, but it wasn't like, and it was just kind of warming us up. And then 2017 was insane.
Yeah, it was
So
crazy. I was looking at some pictures and I saw like us at like Dibs meet and greet with just like hundreds of kids and stuff, and I was just, it felt like a fucking lifetime ago. It felt so weird.
It did feel
like I saw me with my vlog with like 1,000 kids by me, and I'm like, what's up, guys? Like totally involved in this thing, like this part I was playing, and I thought like this was my real life. And like now I've stepped back for 2 years. I've had time to process, sort of get a broader context of the world we live in. Before that, dude, like, okay, for example, Tristan showed me pictures from his Instagram the other day of like some selfies he took at Sunset Cliffs in San Diego from like the first time I went there to collab with Tanner Fox. And I was like, see, I did not know you went off and took pictures with the whole family. I was 1,000% down at the cliffs with my camera because I was just so entrenched in that world. And so I never had time. My brain never had time to learn about anything else. And so that was like the sacrifice. But I'm glad that I did it, even though I spent a lot of time what I would deem as being lazy or wasting time.
Right.
I still got a broader context of the world, and like not everything's about YouTube and your views and shit. Like
no, for real.
But that's what my whole entire brain was wrapped around for years. All I thought about morning to night.
Right. Just kind of like touching on that. Whenever we went to Hawaii, when me, you, and Quentin and the fam went to Hawaii, like obviously
2017.
Yeah, it was my plan. Obviously, it was my plan to begin before we went to obviously film while we were there and make a video. And I, obviously, right after and like kind of during, I was really pissed at myself. But like looking back on it now, I was so happy that I didn't, because it was crazy fun. And I like don't really have any memories of me like focusing and making on the camera, making sure like I got good enough clips or the best shots. But like, not filming on that trip and not worrying about YouTube like made it that much better.
Yeah.
And oh my god, that was one of the best weeks of my life.
Yeah, and I didn't know a fucking trip without it being filmed from like 15 to 18. That was the thing. And then whenever I started doing that too, started not even bringing my camera on the trip, it was crazy. It's like, oh wow, yeah, I forgot I'm a human with like free will and I can enjoy the day and not have everything centered around this.
Exactly.
Yeah, because then you get to actually be there for the memories and stuff. And yeah, that's a weird one with YouTube because it's sort of like your work never ends. But the work is fun too. It's like more desirable than a normal job, but you're also kind of working the whole time because you're filming it and you're thinking about if what you're saying makes sense with what you just said and the overall story of what's going on and if it's going to make any fucking sense for the people watching it later. So it is a job. You're constructing something, and that is what your attention is on. It doesn't just happen by accident. Like a Logan Paul vlog doesn't just fall into place.
No, they plan it out to the T.
At least before they film it. Like we would sort of like be impromptu filming, but I'd at least have a thing in my head of what I was going to say before I filmed.
Right. Which
is what's so radically different about the podcast. Like I tried to come up with a couple like little guideline things, which is probably what a good interview or some shit would do, but I don't really want that. Like I just want it to be I want to try to capture normal everyday conversations. They're probably going to be surrounded by boring and whatever, but you might get glimpses of some insight and some meaningful conversation, which that's probably a better way to spend your time than scrolling.
Honestly.
Oh. Wait, did Tristan just walk in here? I'm so confused.
I saw somebody. It kind of looked like Tristan.
Okay. Oh, he probably went up there. Use this opportunity to drink some fucking agua.
Coffee.
This would actually be the moment where a good interviewer would have his little list and he'd be like, fuck, okay. Hey, so I heard you were actually I didn't hear shit, Dylan. I don't know. I have nothing. Okay. So Jaden Blue obviously lives here. He moved here from Texas earlier, I think it was like end of summer or something like that. So there's one epic flipper that lives here. His foot's still broken, so he can't really flip. He's like one of the 3 friends that I have here that I hang out with that flip. The others being Zach, whose dad owns a little gym with an air track downtown. Not little gym. It's pretty freaking big. It's a karate studio. It's pretty cool. Then there would be Lane flips that you guys have probably seen the videos if you watched any recently. And I really hope if I make a gym with some super tramps and all this just dope flipping technology and it being just in the center of the U.S., there will be some flippers that are a little bit younger than us, because that would typically be the age of the inspired ones. Yeah, like and especially if they kept with it and haven't like quit for something else.
For sure.
But if they're like still flipping, they would be around 17, 18. These dudes are, they're going to be getting out of high school, and they got to decide if they're going to go to college or work or whatnot. And for the fucking epic flippers that aren't going to go to college, well, DM us, because you should just move to Kansas and be a part of an ongoing meetup. I want this trampoline gym to just be a Midwest meetup that kind of just never ends. Like, I want it to get to that point.
Hell yeah.
Where there's just a bunch of flippers that all live, I don't know if you guys are renting or where y'all are living, but move here, figure it out, and then we're all just going to hang out at my gym all day. Is that cool? We all just pop in there and flip all day, make content. And
awesome.
I don't know. It's just so hard because the question I'm trying to figure out for these people, because like I have the resources to make the gym and be fine, live off it, but I want other people who want to make a living off flips or that are flippers and don't want to go spend half their day working to be able to survive. Like, I want them to make a living off of flips, and I don't really know how that works now unless you're doing like competitions or something like that, because
it's just,
and having like a crowd that pays for admission and all this thing, because you can't really make a living off social media being a flipper.
Yeah,
just a flipper.
Yeah,
like the stuff
hard.
I'm posting on Instagram, it is so hard. Like, there's a handful of people that do it, and I'd even argue that they're not just flips. Like, Pasha is a good example of someone who you would say is like mostly flips and is very successful, but his personality is tightly aligned with him. Like, everybody knows Pasha,
right?
And so I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way. What would be the way so that the younger kids who don't have 2016 YouTube money to be able to survive, eat, and be able to hang out and not be wasting their time where they have their parents go, you should be in college saving. They want to use their youth to have fun and do what they love and not go do what they have to do. I don't really know because I'm not an economist, businessman. Just like I told you guys, my brain was in YouTube. I'm just now trying to learn. But got any miraculous ideas still? No? Cool, great. Thanks for fucking nothing, buddy. Like, because the only way Greg Rowe, right?
Yeah.
Greg Rowe. Okay. For those of you that don't, he's sort of like an icon in the flipping world. He did like the first quintuple flips, I think. I'm not sure about that, but he had like this event called the GT Games. I went to one of them, made a vlog, 2018, and he had like his crew of teammates that are like the GRT crew, and I don't know where I was going with this. Oh yeah, well I don't know if these athletes. I think some of them got like paid because he would host these competitions, which were like the GT Games, the G-Tramp Games, and kids would fly in and stuff. But it's like, was that making enough to pay for all the kids to fly in and stuff? I don't know if they're still doing it. I'm sure COVID has something to do with it, but it's like, I don't know. I just want to find a way because that's where I find a lot of joy, and I just want like the reason this gym is going on the more commercial spot and not in my backyard where it wasn't really going to be, it was just going to be for us. And we were going to go flip-flop around there by ourselves all day. But I was like, if I can give a kid the option to come jump if he might be interested in it rather than keep the damn gym to myself, then I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
Because I would like... There was nothing for us to go hop on, experiment with whenever we were younger to go check out. We had to drive to Colorado 10 hours to go to Woodward.
So ridiculous.
And so if there's even something around here, like we have Aviate, but that doesn't count.
No,
it doesn't count. That's like a family 6-year-old trampoline gym. But there's, like I'm saying, there's no community. And it's, if, like, Tristan was talking to me yesterday, and he was saying how he wished I wouldn't delete old YouTube videos. I was like, yeah, well, got ridiculed at fucking school for having old YouTube videos on of like flips and stuff. So that, but now that I don't give a rip and I'm Tanner B. Flip God, I want to be able to offer that chance to some kids, and normalize trying new fucking sports. It comes back to being canceled, bro. We would get canceled in high school because we weren't playing basketball, football, or baseball. Those three. And a fucking magic triad, bro, of American populist culture. So everybody loves it. And I'm like, But think of all the things that you also could be interested in love if you checked out, but there's no open mind.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of closed-minded people, especially around this
You're just
area.
a loser and a queer and a fag and a fucking love.
Literally every day.
Yeah. Well, now I'm going to open a giant-ass gym right outside the hometown where they all probably still... Just kidding. I'm not mad. Just come flip with me, guys. Let's hang out. Let's make up. Let's talk this out.
Honestly. Teach you some
Let's
flips.
test this confrontation. Let's work. Let's train it.
My goodness.
But I know you felt that, and I guarantee, like, wouldn't you agree that there's probably a bunch of kids that would probably be interested in flips or have fun doing it, but would never get the chance to try because their school offers 3 sports, and if they were to try anything else outside, they don't have any friends to do it because all their friends do the 3 because that's what's like offered. And it's like we need to build up other subcultures of things, and there is big culture for flips and stuff. It's just there's not one around here. There's not one in real life around here.
No,
there's some spots in California that I have to go there to hang out with some of the guys, and I get it. It's warmer there. Fine. But Kansas is in the middle, okay?
Yeah, I definitely think I feel like especially around here in Kansas and other parts of the country, flipping is just exactly looked at how skateboarding is when it comes to like not normal sports and stuff like that. And there's definitely people I knew. There's actually somebody who we went to school with who like he could do standing backflip on the ground before I could. But obviously he only stuck to his football, basketball, baseball because that's what all his friends were into. And you could tell he liked doing it and he liked flipping and stuff. And he was obviously good at it.
Yeah. I don't think I would have stuck with flipping as long as I did if I didn't have you as a friend in 7th grade to flip with, because I'm sure that little era would have ended quickly if I didn't have anybody to hang out with and to flip with. And then luckily we roped Quentin in a little bit towards like 8th grade freshman year, and we
pretty much made him flip.
Yeah, he was doing like some double backs, and he actually got into it and was enjoying it for a while. He didn't do it anymore, but oh my God, let's get him on the super tramp.
Dude, he would die.
Yeah, he would. He's not gonna do that, and to each their own. But yeah, I seriously am grateful for that. I don't think I would have, because I'd have been like, well, fuck.
Yeah, honestly, I'd say middle school, then definitely around 7th grade, whenever we started hanging out more, and you got me into flips. Like, I mean, I realized that I was a lot like. I don't know. I was definitely a lot more interested in them because, like, just playing all these other sports my whole life, they just got so boring, and I knew that I wasn't gonna be like a super good high school basketball or football player or anything like that.
Which is what was in the minds of half the dudes, because that's like their destiny that they were fed, probably from their parents.
Literally, and it's ridiculous, but I'm definitely glad that. Like, if I would have started flipping on my own and, like, started doing that stuff and you wouldn't have been flipping or anything, it would have lasted, like, a week.
Yeah, probably, because it's not easy to sit out on trampoline in the fucking cold by yourself. If you have at least one pal there, then you guys can derp. You maybe get a double bounce.
I know with flipping, I've never trained for anything more in my life either. Like, with soccer practice, I played soccer for 14 or, like, 12 years. I mean, like, yeah, it was fun and I loved the sport, but I mean, even towards the end especially, like, I just like, practices seemed like they were taking forever and I just wanted them to be done. But like that compared to flipping, I mean, we would literally wake up before it got too hot outside, go flip, and then literally continuously do that all day.
Because it was just so fun in and of itself, and I felt that with other sports. Like, I tried to leave wrestling early every fucking day of middle school. My dad wanted me to do it, and both my parents wanted me to do it. They sent me down. They're like, we don't want you to not play sports. And, like, I get that, because you don't want your kid to be sitting there on his nuts and get into degenerative things. You want him to be active and part of something,
right? But
it just sucks when that kid's not necessarily interested in that something. And so I would find myself trying to skip practice and shit, because I was just like, I don't want to do this. And I remember you quit quit wrestling.
Oh, dude.
And so I was like, double fuck this, I want it out. And so I was literally walking out. I remember one day I walked out and my dad was sitting in the truck like 30 minutes early. And I was like, oh, what do I fucking do? He's already here. I was like gonna just chill outside and wait for his ass. Like, I was like, shit, and then I was like, they let us out early.
I remember I was literally a wrestler for like 2 days.
Yep.
I did it.
Because I convinced you to do that because I had to do it.
Yeah.
And then my my family's, we're not quitters, integrity. And I get that too, but they made me finish out the goddamn season. I half-assed the whole thing. I wasn't interested in it. It was a total waste of time. My parents didn't want to see me compete because half my heart was in it, and I was just stoked that all the wrestling practice had put me in better shape to flip around more. That's what I was thinking. And it's like, we've got to stop trying to make our kids what we want. Like, trying to make your kid a basketball star is just the Kansas or Midwest equivalent to wanting your fucking kid to be a TV star. And you soak in that because if their kid's a failure, they ain't had nothing to do with that. But if there's a star, they're the first one to line up and...
My kid, everybody.
Yeah, photograph me. Catch me in it, too.
Yeah, I definitely agree that I see why parents want why they want their kids to play sports, but like you definitely doesn't matter what kind of sport it is or physical activity, you definitely got to let them choose because they definitely I'm sure they didn't want you to quit, which I get, which is like integrity and stuff, but I'm sure you weren't the one who wanted to start doing it.
No,
so
I wasn't.
Like,
no.
You got to see it through. I'm like, you made me start it.
Yeah. I didn't want to see it through. Literally.
It's so ridiculous. I'm like, obviously I'm glad my mom was more of like, my mom was a little bit more chill, I guess, when it comes to that stuff than other parents around here, but
Kim was never letting me quit a damn thing. It didn't matter. She got me a guitar for my 8th birthday. She told me, or it was Christmas or something, she said, well, you have to play it for 2 years. Take lessons for 2 years if you get it. 2 months into it, I hate going to practice every fucking week, dude. And she's like, And since I hated it and my heart wasn't in it, I went to those practices for 2 fucking years, and I know nothing. I have all the notes of all the shit I took, and I don't remember any of it. I can't play anything that I didn't learn in the last 2 years because I just like the way the songs learn and picked it up by myself in my free time. Like, it just doesn't work. You can't make someone do something. You bring the fucking horse to water. He ain't drinking, okay? And what do you want to do? Like, wake up at 8 on a Saturday morning and go watch your kid who doesn't even want to be there run around a soccer field while you're fucking cold? No, dude. If he wants to be an epic video gamer and that's where all of his friends are, then you're going to sit at an esports convention, all right? You're going to like it.
Exactly. Like, man, people just don't understand that, like, if you actually have, like, passion is everything when it comes to either, like, career choice or what you want to do, like, what sport you want to play, like, anything. Like, it's all about passion, and it's worth seeing somebody do a sport or do something if they're actually, like, it's the thing they want to do, not something that is being forced upon them. So.
Exactly. And that goes along, there was something I heard about motivation once from this guy named Sadhguru. He's an old Indian mystic dude on YouTube. I heard it a few years ago. He was saying how, like, true motivation, you don't need to motivate yourself. Like, you just want to do it. You have a flame inside you that wants to do this activity. What do you mean you need to convince yourself to do it? If you want to do it, you're going to do it. If you don't, then you're not going to do it.
Exactly.
You're not going to want to spend your time doing it.
Yeah, I've definitely had to learn that over the past 2 years, I'd say. Is like, I'd always find myself half-assing something or end up like being late with something or totally forgetting I had to do this, and it's just like, dude, my heart wasn't in it. I didn't want to do it. That's why it's half-assed. And even if it seems like it's what I want to do, like, I need to figure out what I actually want to do, because that's the only, like, that's what you're actually going to be working on every day without having to tell yourself, all right, come on, get back in there. Like, you're always, like, if you're passionate about something, you are going to be addicted to doing it.
Yeah. And that's the trick. You got to have that. It's the thing you're doing has to be valuable in and of itself, not a means to an end. That's like the secret to an enjoyable life and a pastime, a career, whatever you want to call it. Like, you shouldn't be doing things to get somewhere. You should be doing them because they're inherently enjoyable.
Mm-hmm.
That's
exactly.
some philosophy I learned from some friends and some dudes on YouTube. But what are we at? I can't see. Oh shit, we're past an hour, I think. Oh yeah. Are we actually? Yeah, we are. I don't know why I make all these an hour, but it seems like a good starting duration for these. So,
I've never watched a 2-hour podcast ever.
No?
I can't even listen to them when they're that long. I can't.
Dude, you just maybe need to listen to some JP or something. I don't know. I love getting in. I can listen to 3-hour ones, depending on how good it is, and the time will just fly by when I am listening
That's
to
true.
Jordan just spit facts. It's so much more valuable to my psyche than anything else I could be absorbing, especially while I'm doing things, like while I'm cleaning. So it's I don't really watch podcasts, like watch them. I just listen.
Yeah.
It's kind of why I'm okay with this being on half my face and all that. Well, hopefully most people just, got me in their pocket or something.
Yeah, honestly.
Well, is there anything else you want to yap about?
I think
I
so.
don't think so. Well, hopefully we'll see you epic flippers at the end of May in our gym. Dude, what if we just have like the Tan Clan reemerges, the parking lot's filled, no one's there for flips just to see us and we're still cool? I'm kidding. I hope not, but also, I mean, I need to be like Dom.
Exactly.
Talk to everybody. Be cool.
Exactly.
Not put judgment out first. Dom would turn them into flippers.
Yeah.
And be patient with them.
Yeah.
And having a conversation with every one of them until they were all ready to go home.
I wish I was like Dom. Honestly, like personality-wise, like he is like so like mentally there. Like something pops up, he knows exactly what to do, say, act. Like
I feel like my mom's like that too. I admire their people. I'd say it like they just flow. They have this sort of like, I don't know, sparkle in their step. It's always perfect. Like, I don't know. For myself, I'm always like half confident with what I'm saying and also half listening to find out if it's dog shit. And dude, I hope that's not just like a product of our time in cancel culture. We just like develop this inability to be who we are and say what we think and stuff because we're always just scared and thinking. Like, we always have this self-consciousness that doesn't go away. I want it gone.
Me too.
And then it goes away and flips. That's why I fucking love them so much. So I like that shit. And just being around people that like the same thing. Because I know, hey, they're probably here to like do the thing I also like, not because they like the idea of me that I formed over years of hard work. Fuck that.
Honestly.
But, okay. Well, I'm going to end this. Pray to God this SD card doesn't get corrupted and that people are watching right now. And we'll do another one again soon. Hopefully in a different location. Yeah. Without the stomping pansies upstairs that I hope no one could hear. Great. Thanks, Dylan Mitchell. Oh, my God.
Of course.
Oh.